Yo, what's good everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're diving into one of the most anticipated sequels, I guess so, Hollow Knight, Silksong. Now before we dive into this, I just want to be upfront with you guys and let you know I've never been the biggest fan of side-scrolling or 2D sprite-based games, especially in this modern era of gaming, when we have so many massive immersive 3D experiences. So my review is going to come from that perspective. I'll give credit where credit's due, but I also want to explain why I don't think this game deserves Game of the Year or even in the running. At the end, I'll share my personal score, which lands at about a 7 out of 10, but I'll let you know why, so let's get into it. The story, Silksong, continues the dark, cryptic vibe that Team Cherry already established in the original Hollow Knight. You play as the Hornet this time around, a character fans are already familiar with, and the journey takes place in a brand new kingdom. The storytelling is subtle, mysterious, and hidden in lore, environmental design, and small snippets of dialogue. If you enjoy piecing together fragments of narrative and exploring an atmosphere dripping with mystery, this game nails it. For me though, as someone who likes a more direct, cinematic storytelling experience, it didn't fully hook me. I respect the artistry, but at times it felt like I was wandering and trying to force meaning into cryptic encounters rather than being pulled into a compelling narrative. Visually, Silksong is undeniably beautiful. The hand-drawn art style is detailed, fluid, and polished, with each environment feeling alive and unique. The animation work on Hornet is smooth and elegant, especially compared to Knight from the first original game. However, here's where my bias kicks in. I just don't find 2D sprite or side-scrolling visuals on modern consoles as impressive as massive 3D rendered worlds. We see games like Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, or even indie hits like Expedition 33. While Silksong art is sharp and stylized, I can't help but feel it's a step back in terms of what I expected visually from current-gen gaming consoles. Gorgeous for what it is, but limited by design. This is where Silksong shines the brightest. The gameplay is tight, fast and refined. Hornet plays differently from Knight, she's quicker, more agile, and her combat style feels more dynamic. Movement and platforming flow smoothly, and the combat has that addictive rhythm where you're constantly balancing offense and defense. The Metroidvania exploration is also extremely satisfying if you're into that type of genre. Unlocking shortcuts, finding new abilities, the gradual piecing together of the map is very rewarding. But again, for me personally, the side-scrolling design feels limiting. I prefer open world exploration or 3D action games that allows a bigger sense of scale. So while I can appreciate how well built the mechanics are, it's just not my type of gameplay. Controls in Silksong are near perfect. Every action feels responsive and precise. Hornet's agility makes platforming challenging but fair, and combat never feels clunky. Team Cherry clearly put a ton of effort into making the controls buttery smooth, and it pays off. There is absolutely no complaints there. However, I'll admit the occasional difficulty spikes can make it frustrating, but that's part of the DNA of the series. The music, the soundtrack to be exact. These glasses are killing me. The soundtrack is haunting, atmospheric, and beautifully composed. Just like the original Hollow Knight, the music plays a huge role in immersing you into the world. It ranges from eerie ambient tracks to epic boss fight scores that really elevate the tension. Sound effects are crisp, from the clash of the weapons to the environmental cues that make each area feel alive. This is one area I can't really criticize. Even though the game isn't my favorite genre, I found myself really enjoying the music. It's easily one of the best parts of Silksong. The replayability. The replayability is strong here, especially for hardcore fans. There's tons of secrets, hidden bosses, and optional areas, and speed running potential. The community will no doubt dive into perfect runs and sequence breaks. For me though, once I finished it, I didn't feel the urge to start over. It's not the kind of game I wanted to spend dozens of extra hours in. Replayability is there, but it depends heavily on whether or not you're a fan of this style of game. So let's bring it all together. Hollow Knight's Silksong is an incredible achievement for fans of the genre. It's polished, beautiful, mechanically sharp, and loaded with atmosphere. But speaking honestly, as someone who isn't a big fan of 2D sprite or side-scrolling games on modern consoles, I can't put it in the same level as other major releases out there. I don't believe it should be in the running for Game of the Year. It's a solid experience, yes, but limited by design. My final score, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Respectfully, enjoyable for what it is, but not groundbreaking in borderland landscaping of a game. Again, thank you guys for checking out my review. If you're fans of the genre, Silksong is absolutely worth your time. If you're like me and not huge fan of side scroller, you may still appreciate it, but won't find it mind blowing. Drop your thoughts and comments below. Do you think Silksong deserves to be Game of the Year, or do you agree with me that it doesn't quite hit that mark? Don't forget to like and subscribe, please, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another one of my videos. Until next time, you guys stay sharp and keep watching. Bro, have you guys ever... So I just recently got these glasses, and they said I need reading glasses, but I still got 20/20. So these are like the lowest prescription. It's like 1.25. But it's annoying, but it does make everything look clear. I didn't think I needed it, but I guess I do. Either way, that was just random. You guys, tune in next time. I'm out. Peace.